A Saturday night spectacle is set for us here at Smyrna Middle School in between two teams, one of them already set for the postseason, and another squad in their first year ever of varsity 8-man football. They will not be heading to the postseason, but looking to give their seniors the send-off they deserve with their first win of the year. It's the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week between the Providence Christian Academy Lions and the Lancaster Christian Academy Knights. And welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Spencer Thompson. Pleasure to have you with us. Lancaster Christian going off of a tough loss last week to the Franklin Christian Academy Falcons 14-6, but that was in part to what Bragg mentioned to us pregame. They just didn't play well. They just didn't have as much movement on the offensive side as they wanted to have, but it's a testament to their coming back to their home stadium tonight, and this is their last home game of the regular season, looking to go out with a bang. Meanwhile, for Providence Christian, a tough loss last week in a close matchup against the Franklin Classical School Knights as Coach Ferguson and company look to get their first win in their program history, but it's a tough challenge on the road at Smyrna, but with an extra day of rest, you can only wonder how it's going to move out. Let's bring in my broadcast partner, James Shannon. James, we've seen just about everything with Lancaster this year, the good, the bad, the ugly, you name it. How do you assess this team coming into this game?
Lancaster? Hey, listen, you know what? In terms of past years, they've struggled a little bit this year. They've taken a tough loss to Franklin Christian, tough loss to Christian Community. Two very good football teams, but they've had their little bit of issues. Guys like Deuce Bragg, everyone want to say, oh, Deuce Bragg's terrible. No, everybody has a down year every once in a while. And he's having a down year. It doesn't mean he's not a good player. He's just having a down year. Look at you hogging all the camera.
Well, it wasn't me.
Sure.
It wasn't me, but Providence Christian, tough loss against Franklin Classical School last week. That could have been their first win in program history, but it's a testament to how Classical and company were able to hold it together. Providence, no home games the rest of the season. This is a tough road stretch for them. How do they get the job done here at Smyrna Middle?
They have to just outscore them, honestly. Your defense, at times, it's going to be hard to stop this offense at times, especially if they get rolling like they have against Franklin Classical, like they did against, now I'm drawing a blank. It's hard to stop them once their offense gets going. You just have to outscore them. That's it. That's it. The only other thing you can hope to do is to stop Jordan Horde, their running back. He is one of the heart and souls of this offense. If you could shut him down and strictly hold them to the passing game, you could try to bank on some bad throws, capitalize on that, and outscore them. There you go.
And against one of the highest scoring teams in the TSIAA, it's going to be a difficult task. The Knights host the Lions in the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week next.
Jordan Horde, our thoughts and prayers are with you during this time of loss. If you would, please stand, and the gentlemen, remove your caps, as our campus pastor, Garner, offers a prayer, and afterward, please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for your goodness and your mercy. We thank you for the opportunity to come together in the spirit of competition. I ask that you would be with each of these young men, and that you would protect them from any serious injury, and that harm would stay very far away from them. I also pray you would protect us and our guests on our way home tonight. We love you, Lord, and it's your name we pray. Amen. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now game time, and all our thoughts go out to Jordan Horde and his family with the recent loss.
This is where you can use condolences, Spencer. This is where you can use condolences. There was a death.
All our thoughts and everything go out to them.
If you don't get the joke, you need to listen to Extreme Radio every Sunday, 4 p.m. live on our YouTube channel, and you'll if you had listened to last week, you got the inside joke.
And Providence comes out, and now the Lancaster Christian Academy Knights. In 1 week's time, they will have a collision with Ezel Harding to determine if they host a playoff game or if they will travel on the road to Christian Community. But for now, a W is on the mind of every one of the Knights players here, as well as the Lions on the other side of the ball.
Just a quick update. Do I still have volume?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Just a quick update, Spence. At the half, FCA leads Franklin Classical 27-0. I know you were wanting to give that update, but I beat you to it.
I didn't care. No, I didn't care who got it, as long as the people know.
I'm just kidding with you, man.
As long as the people know. Providence won the coin, Lancaster won the coin toss. They elected to defer, and Providence will receive for the second half. Or for the first half. We'll flip the other side there. Now game time here in Smyrna.
This is like a version of Thunderstruck on crack, dude. Good night. I'm down with this.
Lancaster's DJ in studio always knows how to get the crowd hyped up and ready for a competition.
Dude's been to a Predators game or two. Surprised he didn't come out with Triple H. It's time to play the game. That would have been dope.
Noah Arrington, the senior, kicks it off, and away we go in Smyrna. And this ball will bounce back to the end zone, and Providence Christian's offense will come out first. And for the Lions, course, not a playoff-eligible season for them, but in their first year, they've held competition with some very strengthened teams, including Franklin Christian in their opening game in varsity football history, where they were up 16-15 at the beginning of the third quarter. Then, of course, Franklin Christian came back, but they're able to hang with high-scoring teams. It's just a matter of trying to finish.
Yeah, in that first year, you've got to get all the kinks worked out, get your players that have never played a snap of organized football. You just got to get it going.
And this drive starts out on the 20-yard line. Handoff right side for Posh. Carson Posh can't get past the line of scrimmage, and read by defenseman there, Devon Hargrove. There's a flag down. We will get Derek Brookshire is the referee for tonight's contest. We'll get the call from him in just a few moments. Already a flag. Looked like it was on the backside of the.
I think we get a face mask, Spence.
Flag is waved off. So no penalty there, as looks like it was a flag in the backfield now.
He did grab it. I don't know why they waved it off, but a great job by the officials discussing the call, again, discussing the penalty, and coming to a conclusion.
Loss of a yard for now, 2nd and 11. And it's another handoff up the middle, and that Lancaster defensive line not letting anything get through. Posh again on the carry.
Well, and if you're the defense for Lancaster, you want to establish that, hey, you're not going to run the ball up our throat. It's what the Titans do with a lot of teams. They're going to give it to Henry and just let him pound it up the middle. Once they can establish that, all your other options are on the table. Your play fake, faking it inside and doing a toss sweep to the outside. If you can establish that run inside, it opens up a whole new possibility, and Lancaster's not letting them do that the first couple plays of the drive.
James Jansen, the defensive coordinator for Lancaster Christian. Seen a lot of things like that in the going into their 3rd year of 8-man football. 3rd and 11. Here's motion here, and that Lancaster defense, how about Devon Hargrove to make sure they can't get anywhere there.
Hargrove, former All-Star, former All-American, absolutely making the play happen, and great job by Lancaster shutting it down on this first drive. There's nowhere to go on the bootleg, and it's always hard running a bootleg to the left as a right-handed quarterback.
With the sack, makes it about 4th and 20, and Providence will punt it away. Solid punt that goes to bounces backwards at about the 27-yard line, and we'll see Lancaster Christian's offense come out for the first time tonight. And for Deuce Bragg, what more can you say about him other than he's just incredible at the numbers and everything he's putting up as a sophomore. He now started as the team started quarterback in 8th grade and just keeps getting better and better. But the interesting stat line in their game against Christian Community a few weeks ago, they took a tough loss to Christian Community 18-12, and Bragg was out that game in a boot. So good to see him back outside the center as they hand it off to Horde. Jordan Horde trying to get past the defense. Initial contact by Posh and gets back to the line of scrimmage for a 2nd and 10.
Posh, one of the leaders on the team, despite being he's one of the seniors on the team, one of the leaders on the team. Despite the majority of these guys never playing a snap of organized football before this season, and these guys have really stepped up to the task.
This Providence defense trying to get a stop on the first drive, but not if Jordan Horde has anything to say about it. Gets through the defense down to about the 21-yard line, and they will spot him at the 20, so 2 yards short of the first down.
Jordan Horde, like I said pregame, one of the hearts and soul of this team. If he can establish the run game, Providence is in trouble tonight.
This Lancaster offense is known very well for scoring quickly and efficiently. Bragg has pressure, tosses the left side. Horde with the catch, collides there, and initial contact by Josh Sheets. They stop him with a first down, and they'll move the chains. Lancaster's inside the red zone.
Young man put the head down and just said, look, you're not going to tackle me on this play. And a great job for Bragg finding his outlet, hitting the man on the wheel route, making it happen.
Extends the drive, another 4 downs for this Lancaster offense, who's brought down in the backfield. Noah King running anywhere for Horde to go.
King wasn't fooled by that at all. They did a great job running the fake sweep with the fullback dive. He was not fooled one bit by that play. Great job by the senior and the young man reading the play.
It's actually Hargrove on the carry on that first down and loss of several yards with the defensive stop for a 2nd and 14. Bragg has got plenty of time to work with, tosses it to the right side, and he finds his man for the end zone. Lancaster strikes first with a touchdown.
That's a great job, the young man getting behind the defense. Let's see who caught that. It's hard to catch that number. Looks like it was, looks like Hargrove. Hargrove with the touchdown. Hit the replay one more time.
We'll look at it after this extra point attempt. James's favorite thing in 8-man football.
I love it. I love it, and Arrington has been hitting them all year.
Arrington is blocked. Ooh. And Jonah Wilson, the initial contact, to block the kick there. And we'll look at this replay one more time for first points of the game.
You're going to see they went with the one man out to the side. 2 guys out to the side. One runs the flag route. One man with the hitch. In behind the defense, bam, got him.
And now it's 6-0, Lancaster scoring first. Takes down the first offensive drive for both teams, takes it down to 7:54 left in the first quarter as the Providence Lions have to try and respond.
Second night in a row covering the Lions.
Covered the Lighthouse Lions last night as they took their road trip to Christian Community, and tonight's contest, the Lions of Providence Christian. See Arrington try to kick it off here again. And that's going to be picked up by Posh. It's Carson Posh on the left side trying to get through, and decent return to the 33-yard line. We'll see this Providence offense come out again.
Providence wanted the return on that one. They did not want to just let him have the touchback, and the young man Arrington has done a great job all year in terms of the kicking game. And that's something that you can't just, materialize out of thin air, is having a great kicker like that. We've seen some great kickers over the years. Antonio Zita, who just announced he's transferring back to Tennessee State.
Yep.
Guys like that who have really stepped up the kicking game for 8-man football here in Tennessee.
Antonio Zita, one of the star players for Riverside Christian before he transferred out, and now kicking at the Division I collegiate level. For Providence Christian, their second offensive drive starts out with a rush up the middle. Gain of 4 yards on the play. And a good carry by, get that player's number, looked like that may have been Wilson. It may have been, looked like Wilson on the carry.
Well, and if you're Providence, look, you're not going to bust a big 70-yard run right off the bat. You've got to just dink and dunk, get 4 yards here, 3 yards here, chip away at it.
Trying to dink and dunk as they get 4 yards to make it a 2nd and 6. There's another handoff, and right side, it's Wilson again, and brought down in the backfield. Another big play made by that Lancaster defense, and it's Hamari. Yep.
Hamari, the senior, gets in there and just absolutely shuts it down. Trying the little, trying to run to the right on the outside.
And they get him for forward progress on that to the line of scrimmage, and just no gain on the play for a 3rd and 6.
If you're Providence, you have to convert here. This is a crucial third. It's not a game-breaking 3rd down, but you need to convert here.
See what Ferguson and company can come up with on this 3rd and 6. And it's going to be Posh up the middle. Not fooling that defensive lineman as he gets it about 2 or 3 yards there, and it'll be 4th and short.
Gets to the 40-yard line. It'll be 4th down.
Time called as the officials confer. And clock continues to run. Now a 4th and 3. Providence is going to boot it away. It almost got blocked there, but beautiful punt that bounces the correct way this time to the 26-yard line.
This is the punt they needed when he was kicking it out of the end zone right there, looking at about, I mean, it's about a 30-yard punt with the bounce, which is almost what they had earlier, but now you've flipped the field. Now you've put them deeper, and the ball's not all the way up here on the 30-yard line.
This Lancaster offense, they've been deep in their own territory before, but in credit to Deuce Bragg and the offensive weapons he has in Hargrove and Horde, doesn't matter how deep they're pinned, they could score easily. As Bragg hands it off, here's Horde. He's got some opening on the right side if he get past this man. Tripped up, and that was a tackle from Jonah Wilson, the freshman, preventing Horde from getting anywhere.
Great job just breaking it up in the backfield.
And Jordan Horde, Lancaster Christian added him last year as a junior, now a senior for the Knights. But when they added him in the 2019 season, very dangerous.
Quick update from the Battle of Franklin. FCA still leads 27-0 in the third.
Battle of Franklin being delayed to tonight due to the storms as Bragg under pressure tosses it, intended for Hargrove, incomplete.
Chased down by 2, and he had a man up. Then they might get him here for a roughing the passer. Let's see what we end up getting.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, 15 yards, automatic first down.
2 guys chasing down Bragg, 1 in front of him, just didn't let off after he got the ball out. That's a big break for the Knights.
See, those kind of things happen on both sides of the ball, even deep in the season. Some unfortunate mistakes occur. So with the roughing the passer, it's now a 1st and 10. The 43 as Bragg has got some options, quick, incomplete. Pass intended for Leverett.
A lot of pressure. Providence doing a good job of making Bragg make quick decisions tonight. And the key is, can he make the decisions quick enough? That's what's going to be the difference tonight. Can he make the decisions in a timely fashion in order to not take losses?
Bragg, for the most part in his career, has not had any pressure in the pocket. But anytime teams are able to get that done, affects him in the long run. Here's Horde up the middle. Horde, there is a flag down as Horde gets to the outside. And Hargrove is going to get to the end zone, but let's check the flag.
Yep. Providence offensive line still standing back.
Waiting for the call, and looks like they're going to bring this back. Yep, they're going to bring this back. It'll be 2nd down.
Holding, 6 offense, 10-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Repeat 2nd down.
So they'll move it back on that flag and trade off of penalties that didn't need to get, but happens to everybody. So what was a touchdown for Hargrove is now a 2nd and 20. Bragg under pressure. Nice catch as he ruled down by contact.
Well, he had to be contacted to be ruled down.
Whistle was blown just before that occurred, or maybe surrendered his body is what the ruling was. But loss of several yards on the play for now a 3rd and close to a quarter of the field.
Spencer, that's how you do it right there. The monitor for our game, wish you could see. Hey, you should. No, hey, okay, we can take a picture of it. You should get the webcam after this play. Show them our setup. This is how we keep up with games.
3rd down.
Better be careful and make sure I'm not looking at the other game.
Bragg is pressured again. He's going to go on his feet. Staying up on his feet. Bragg is going to take it. Stiff arms, incredible. Bragg all the way to the house. Touchdown, Lancaster.
Bragg channeling his inner Derrick Henry. And just, I'm sorry. Those were some just bad attempts at open field tackling. You have to just attack that man, and they didn't. And then the last guy that even tried, he said, "Hey, boy, yeet."
Eli Wilson was the last Providence Lion trying to get a tackle there on Bragg, but wow.
What a run. Deuce Bragg going, "Hey, look, you're not going to let me throw it all night? I'm going to do it with my feet."
There used to be questions about how good Bragg is when he's on his feet. There's one example of he's good when he has to solve problems and make decisions. As Arrington splits the uprights, and it goes over the field house.
Spence, hit that webcam.
As we'll show you one more time this incredible touchdown from Bragg, and while they're setting up for this kickoff here, just
what a run
stuff. Yep,
just incredible. Young man with the athleticism to do what he just did. It's good stuff. You got to love it.
And we'll show you the setup that James has here.
It doesn't reach far enough.
Here, I got you.
Oh, you got it? There you go. Keep up with the FCA game here.
He's got the FCA game right on the
And then our monitor here. That's how you do it, sir.
Little monitor.
That's how you do it. A little behind the scenes.
The view incredible from Smyrna Middle School's press box.
Oh, I kind of like that whole I kind of like that 2-camera. Go wide and go short. There you go. He's about to do it.
Wide shot there. Lens flare is not a strong suit of webcam we've got here, but make it work. Spencer Thompson, James Shannon, bringing you all the action here from Smyrna Middle School. Make that about 3:53 left to go in the first quarter. And Arrington boots it deep again. This time it's going to be a return from, it's like 9. Noah King on the return. And see how Providence can respond to an amazing play like that.
You got to have some kind of an answer, because right now every ounce of momentum here at Smyrna Middle School is on the side of Lancaster, especially after a 70-yard run like that. There's no chance.
70-yard rushing touchdown already, and maybe a Player of the Week nomination.
You never know. You never know. I thought we were on timeout here. I was looking at the other game. Gotta love 2020 technology, man.
1st and 10. The handoff, left side rush by Eli Wilson is going to get to the outside and collides with the player for gain of about 9 yards.
Good hard run by Wilson. Look, Providence is proving right now. We're going to stick to the run game. We are committed to the run game. We're going to get it going. It's only 13 points. You can make that happen.
Over 3 minutes left in the first as this Lancaster defense is trying to prevent a first down. Providence Christian has not gotten the first down to this point as they hand it off up the middle, stretches, and looks like it'll be the first down for the Lions.
Once you get the first one, you just got to keep it rolling. You just got to keep it going and you know, one step at a time. And the first step is getting that first down.
And timeout called on the field. Looks like they have to get a Lancaster player back over.
Oh, Lane having issues with the helmet. Come on, bud.
Spurlock with the equipment issue. They're not going to call any penalties on that. And we'll just resume the clock for under 3 minutes. New set of downs for Providence Lions as they're past the 41-yard line.
I think they start airing the ball out now that they got that first down.
Well, nobody in the backfield. And quick toss to the right and loses the football. They're ruling it an incomplete.
It was a forward pass. Despite being behind the line of scrimmage, still a forward pass.
And they'll rule this one incomplete.
Boy,
looks like from our angle, looks like it was not a complete pass.
He must have been listening to that dog. You're just nothing but a hound dog. But boy, he sniffed that right out. Took him down.
Couldn't make a football move.
That was like Roman Reigns level spear. Just take him to the ground.
2nd and 10.
An update, Franklin Christian just scored again. Pending the extra point, they're up 33-0 at this point.
Handoff up the middle again and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Just another tackle there, this time by, looks like Bradley Humphreys got the tackle.
Tell you what, while we're between plays, great showing for Providence Christian.
Yep. Saturday night here in Smyrna.
Everything into account. They are spread out, obviously, but that's a pretty. I've seen worse visitor crowds at this field.
It's now a 3rd down and 10. 53 degrees out and cloudy with only
I love it. I love it.
Only about a 20% chance of rain through the rest of the night. Here's a 3rd and 10. And a fake handoff. Posh is going to go with it, but Knights won't let him go anywhere with it. Hargrove and company keep him from getting the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you who won't be getting a holiday Christmas card from Providence. That's Hamari. He just won't give them anything. That dude is not on their mailing list. I'll tell you what.
Amazing to think that we are just over 1 month away from Christmas. Technically 2 months at this point from Christmas Eve.
I was about to say we're 2 months away.
As it's booted away by the Providence punt team, and they'll stop it at the 33-yard line. So 50 seconds left in the first quarter as Lancaster's offense, they're going to see what they could try to do here.
2-point conversion, no good in Franklin. So FCA leads Franklin Classical 33-0. 3:44 left in the 3rd quarter. That was a great kickoff. Here's what you need to do, Spencer. Have one game going on your phone, have another game going on your tablet or your computer or your TV even, and just watch all the Saturday night football. Who wants to watch college football, like Big Ten college football right now? Nobody.
You're only
Why
saying
would you
that,
even do that?
You're only saying
no,
that because
I'm
your
trashing Big
Volunteers
Ten.
lost.
No, I'm trashing Big Ten because Big Ten is trash.
1st and 10. Bragg has got plenty of time. Left side, the catch is made. And tiptoes out of the sideline as Jordan Horde gets a good reception.
Again, Bragg doing a great job despite a little bit of pressure there.
Just a smidge, but
Just a hair, not really. But, doing a great job of finding his man wide open as well. Looks like Providence might be running a zone, and he's picking apart that zone.
Cross midfield. Here's Horde again, going through the middle. Brought down by Reynolds. And gain of maybe a yard. 30 seconds left as the Lancaster offense tries to hurry it up.
You can tell it's 50 degrees outside. It's getting a little chippy out there.
2nd and 9. Horde slings it, and Hargrove with the spin out. Hargrove staying on his feet to get a few extra yards there to the 20-yard line. They'll stop it for spotting the football, but likely this will be the final play of the first quarter. As you see here on the replay, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Where's
your Knights 13, the Lions.
That'll do it.
Right,
That's about as good of a first quarter as you could hope for for Lancaster.
So that's the end of the first quarter, 13-0. The Knights come out swinging. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week, sponsored by Grace Point Healthcare. Modern medicine the old-fashioned way. Grow, Live, Give, helping you fit all of the pieces together in your financial puzzle. Tennessee Heat Athletics. Visit TennesseeHeatSports.com. And by Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, Clarksville, and Goodlettsville. Let's get Jets. Start of the second quarter, 13-0 as the Lancaster Knights. A reception by Hargrove to the end zone, touchdown.
Hargrove, a big target of Bragg. They've been together for 3 years now. This is their third year being on the same page. And you can tell they must have eaten lunch and had a sleepover last night and, you know, just really gotten on the same page because they are clicking tonight.
Make that now 19-0.
They've got all the little kids back behind the field goal post for the extra point. That's good stuff.
Again, James's favorite thing to see in 8-man football.
Can I call it? Can I call it?
Go ahead.
Come on.
I said go ahead.
Let's go. Snap, set, kick. Good.
Perfectly through the uprights. It makes it now 22-0. Arrington, fantastic field, fantastic kicker all around for Lancaster. Boots it deep again, and 10th return here as
Goodness.
Lucas Namath only gets a few yards gained. See how this Providence offense responds. Spencer Thompson and James Shannon bringing you the action from Smyrna Middle School in Smyrna, Tennessee. Game 2 of our doubleheader for the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week as the Knights of Lancaster collide with the Lions of Providence.
I'll tell you what's funny, pregame, of course, we're going around talking to the coaches, just kind of, you know, shooting the breeze, and Coach Versa goes, you guys go everywhere.
We do. Handoff of the middle, and once again, just read right through. And maybe a yard gain on the play, but yes, 1 yard gain there for a 2nd and 9.
All right, but you got to love this time of year, though, and especially the way the scheduling's worked out this year. This is our, let's see, 3rd doubleheader weekend in a row, and we've got another one coming at you next week.
How many total games have we done this year?
I would have to go through and count. I'm about to. That'd be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
As he
7,
counts that in
8,
his head,
9.
a 2nd and 9. And pitch in the backfield as Lancaster defense, again, just they know what's going to happen. They know the formation and read right through it for a loss of about 3.
They are absolutely not letting anything through right now. By the way, this is our 15th broadcast as 8-man extreme. Only our 4th or 5th. We've had to do a little bit of musical chairs in terms of color and play-by-play. But, hey, listen, as long as we get y'all the coverage and get y'all the game, that's all we care about. Update from Franklin. At the end of the third, it's Franklin Christian up 33-0.
Isaiah and I did not make a wager this year because of him being at the head coaching position for Franklin Classical. We did not make any friendly wager of sorts. We did last year. You ended up having to jump to the lake through the domino effect of things. Timeout called by Providence Christian with 10:06 left to go in the second. But as I was saying, we've done a few games together. We've done a few things here and there, and
sorry, it wasn't centered. Trying to center a little bit. There you go.
We've done a few games together. I took 1 week off in the start of
you
October,
did, and it showed.
and
It was bad, dude. It was bad.
but we're getting to the stretch of the playoffs. This is the second to last week of the season. Playoff bracket will not be finalized until Lancaster collides with Ezel Harding in Antioch next week.
And I believe we won't be there, but I believe you can watch that on the Ezel Harding Facebook page. So
We haven't
go
revealed
catch
which
that.
game we're going to do,
We have not decided. That'll be a Sunday call.
but we know because of how great of a job the Ezel Harding student-led broadcast people, the broadcast crew does up there, we won't be there.
Big shout out to Coach Jason Charlton holding down the play-by-play.
Yep.
I think he's been solo this year, just absolutely killing it.
Who knows? Maybe he'd let us team up for next week. Who knows? But 10:06 left to go in the second. As now 3rd down and 13. Toss across the middle. What a catch! Connection between Burke and Radke for a first down for Providence Christian.
I was about to say, that's enough to move the chains, and that's what they needed. Right there, Jackson Burke, the sophomore, right across the middle, and Radke, the senior, able to haul it in.
Another set of downs for the Lions as they push down the field, trying to get their first score of the game. Maybe down 20-0, but Ferguson and company are a resilient bunch.
There's still almost 10 minutes left in the half, just under 10. You got plenty of time, Spence.
First and 10. Rush on the right side, and looks like Spurlock got in there. Spurlock got in there with the tackle on Posh.
Great job. Great job by this defense. If there's one thing they do, I don't know if Coach, secretly implants Snickers bars into all the footballs or something, but, hey, listen, they find the football and they get in there.
Second and
You got
10.
a problem with Snickers? Okay, fine. He might put a Heath bar in there, which is one of the most underrated candy bars ever.
Why would you put a candy bar in a football?
Because then you can try to get the candy bar, Spence. Go along with it. Goodness.
Second and 10. Toss to the left side, incomplete. Looked like it was a 10-in for Radke.
He went back to the well, and that time a little underthrown, just couldn't make it happen.
Now brings up a 3rd and 10 for this Lions offense to work with.
And I stand by that fact that a Heath bar is one of the most underrated candy bars ever.
If I liked toffee, I would prefer it, but
If I liked toffee. Yo, say that with a British accent, please.
toffee.
No, if I like toffee. Oh, well, we have too much fun.
3rd and 10.
Providence has to. I know I said this earlier. Providence needs to get this one right here. Oh, they thought they had him offside.
And
did we get the flag?
Flag down, yep.
Flag on the play.
Dead ball, encroachment, 20 defense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's a big break for Providence. That's a big break for Providence because, you're looking at, you know, a 3rd and 5 that is much more manageable in terms of, especially the way that their offense has struggled tonight. You try to convert a 3rd and 5, it's going to be a whole lot easier. I'm the king of, you know, obvious phrases.
Yes.
Little coaching cliches. It's because I've heard them over 7 years. They get stuck in your head.
3rd and 5 as Posh goes to the right side, brought down from behind at midfield. And that'll force a 4th and 4 and likely the punt team to come out for Providence.
As long as you keep putting your defense on, if you're Providence, as long as you keep putting the defense on the field, they're going to keep getting tired out from trying to make these stops against this high-powered Lancaster offense.
Ferguson, offensive coordinator for Providence Christian, gets the play called here for the Lions.
They're going for it, Spence.
They're going to go for it on 4th down, or maybe they try a fake punt here. Who knows?
No, they're going for it straight up.
Facing a 4th and 4. First 4th down conversion attempt of the game. Posh is going to take it up the middle and trying to spin out. He's got the 1st down and a little bit more. Posh to the 39-yard line, and a good play call by Ferguson.
Man, he was spinning like Dorothy in Kansas. He absolutely got it going. The young man just powering his way for the 1st down. Right there. Never kept his feet, never stopped moving his feet, kept his feet moving. That's a big momentum builder right there. FCA, by the way, has scored again. I believe it's now, for some reason they've lost their scoreboard on the broadcast, but I believe it would be 40-0.
And for Providence Christian, trying to get their first score of the game on a 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line. As Posh looking for something to work with. He's got some space to run. Gain of about 2 or 3 yards.
Boy, that was a solid tackle right there. They really made that happen. It is. It's 40-0. Franklin Christian leading Franklin Classical.
So now a 2nd and 8.
Hey, of course, Franklin Christian hosting Christian Community next week with the win. That's an unbeaten regular season.
Last time that Franklin Christian came close to that was in their championship run in 2015 as the ball was loose in the backfield. Jonah Wilson tried to carry it, but lose the football and loss of a yard there for, I believe, a 3rd down.
And you can't be losing the momentum that you just got off of scoring, or off of picking up that 1st down rather. Got to keep it going.
It's now a 3rd down and 9.
If you get a chance, visit the concession stand. We have fresh Chick-fil-A available. Fresh Chick-fil-A.
Ooh, Myers just perked up.
Oh, fresh Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
Of course.
fresh Chick-fil-A.
They should maybe bring.
Speak my love language.
Here's a 3rd down and 9. Providence, they had that momentum with Posh's 1st down. Now facing a tough situation is.
Yep, we'll get it. Well,
waiting for the call here from Brookshire.
Dead ball, delay a game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Repeat 3rd down.
So move back another 5 yards.
and Coach might have thought he had a timeout there.
Yeah,
he thought he might have thought he had called a timeout, but okay. Well, they're bringing back on.
Must have not gotten it in time, but moves it back for a 3rd and 14. Burke tosses it, incomplete. Radke, the receiver in the area, but moves it to a 4th and 13.
Boy, he was trying to get Radke on that one. And Radke, he's the kind of guy he can get that long ball.
So now a 4th and 13 situation. Providence likely going to go for it here because of being across midfield. .4:15 left to go before halftime. Coming up on the Kentucky Kingdom and Hurricane Bay halftime report. Give you our highlights and analysis of first half here and thoughts so far on the latest scoring update we'll have for the Battle of Franklin coming up on the Kentucky Kingdom Hurricane Bay halftime report. Toss to the left side and incomplete. Pass again intended for Radke, and that will turn it over on downs.
Didn't look like Radke did a great job of coming back to the ball, though. I wasn't sold on him trying to, it looked like he kind of saw the ball that he was going to miss it and just let it go. You got to come back for that.
Now Bragg and company with plenty of time to work with. Try and get another score here.
Spends a whole 40 people are giving us their time to listen to the broadcast.
Thanks to all 40 of you watching here. Bragg with a quick toss to the left as he's got wide open field. Left side cuts to the middle, and Lancaster Christian is going to get another touchdown.
Well, that was set up by the beautiful blocking execution. It was a screen pass. There is a flag, Spence.
We'll wait for the call from Berkshire, but got the replay ready. We'll see if they bring this back. At least what we're hearing in our headsets, probably a blindside block. It's gonna come back, no touchdown.
Well, let's get the call.
Personal foul. Blindside block. 10 offense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
First down and 10.
And timeout called.
Timeout.
Lancaster Christian, so 3:56 left to go in the second. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. Grow, Live, Give, helping you fit all of the pieces together in your financial puzzle. Tennessee Heat Athletics, visit TennesseeHeatSports.com, and by Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, Clarksville, and Goodlettsville. Let's get Jets.
Franklin Christian driving the ball again down in Franklin. Looks like they could make it a 47-0 win. I mean, one of the most lopsided Battle of Franklins in a while. Great tackle there by Hubbard. No, that's how did Spencer say or Isaiah say his name? AC. This setup we're working with right now, Spencer, between watching the Franklin game and this one, about as close as we're going to get to NFL Game Pass. It's good stuff.
First and 10. Hand off to the left, Horde. Horde on the left side, tiptoeing, and gets stuffed out of bounds.
And it looks like we had a flag, Spence.
See.
Oh, no.
Nope, no penalty calls, it seems. Yep, it is.
My mistake.
Yep, no flag. Second down and 3. Bragg tries to get this offense another score. Got Hargrove with him in the backfield. Excuse me, Horde with him in the backfield as he scrambles. He's got pressure, tosses it as he goes down and swatted at the last second.
What a breakup.
A touchdown saving breakup.
And that's sophomore Lucas Nemeth with the breakup there. Bragg, a lot of pressure, And he just put it up. Boom. Broke it up. That's such a great defensive play by the young man. Gotta love it. Good job, James, not getting the camera set while you had an opportunity. Break the fourth wall.
3rd and 4. Pitch in the backfield. There's to Horde. Got some space, and it's like he almost collided with the official there. And enough for a first down at least.
Big old umpire standing there. That might be one of the best tackles we see all night. Love it.
At this time, all of the parents or grandparents that are escorting their seniors for senior
And it
night,
is senior night here at Lancaster Christian.
You know what that means, Spence? Longer halftime.
Yep.
With a game that started at 7:30. But there you go.
1st and 10 on the 25. Here's carry right side by Horde. Horde trying to get through this defense. He's going to be surrounded and stopped at the 25-yard line.
Good hard run by Horde, but that Providence defense, good job sniffing the ball out. Spence, we did a senior night last night. Was it
Christian
senior
Community.
night last week at Riverside? It was senior.
Homecoming.
Okay, it was senior day at Sacred Heart.
Yep.
Last week. Let's see. Before that, you were at FCS Christian Community.
We did FCS's homecoming, not their senior night. That was their game against.
We do a whole lot of homecoming and senior nights. There's a lot.
Yeah, once it gets down the stretch. 2nd down as Bragg tosses it right side. Horde with the catch. Cuts to the middle. Horde to the end zone. Touchdown.
Somebody's going to need a body part finder on that field to find that young man's ankles. Horde did a great job coming back across. Boom, right there. Hey, I give him a 10 on the tackle attempt, though. That was a perfect dive. They'd give that a 10 in the Olympics.
Hear the ambient crowd noise.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Go ahead.
Snap, set, kick, good. Cue the NFL
No
on
good.
CBS music.
No
Oh, they
good.
rolled it no good. Wow.
Wide right.
All right. Well, I guess if I actually looked at the field, I could tell. Not through the monitor.
Now our fans have a chance to look at the field.
There you go.
See a little bit of the ledge there.
Gotta love it.
Also
Gotta
get
love
you
it.
a quick shot of this Lancaster Christian crowd as the camera goes out of focus there, but this Lancaster Christian crowd, very energetic here.
Well, and they've got a reason to be. Their team's up 26-0 in the first half with a lot of great plays.
All good stuff from Lancaster. Another return. Noah King on the return and gets a few yards gained from that. We'll see what this Providence offense can do about 2 minutes shy of halftime.
King didn't like something Hargrove did. Maybe he told him he wasn't sending him any pumpkin pie. That's a final from Franklin. Franklin Christian 40, Franklin Classical nothing.
So the Battle of Franklin is won by Franklin Christian. It's too bad I didn't talk to Isaiah about something we could have wagered. Maybe he covers my dinner one of these days. Who knows? So the Lions will start out on the 27-yard line.
There's my first missed pick of the week there, Spence.
Deep toss to the right and incomplete. Looks like his hand may have been swatted there as Burke unable to toss it.
That or he was anticipating the receiver running a hitch maybe or a comeback, and young man went on the go route. Your Providence. Let's get something going. Let's get something going. You have to.
That will become available Monday at the central office.
So now 2nd and 10. It looks like Ferguson is going to call a timeout. Got to talk to his guys about getting things right with 2:03 left to go in the second, as the Lions are going to take some time to think it over. About 2 minutes left to go before halftime. You could call that a 2-minute warning of sorts with the timeout there, but it's tossed to the left side, an interception. Lane Spurlock read that from a mile away.
That's the Lane train, baby. He got up. You can tell he plays basketball. He got up for that one. He went up for that rebound. Just read it as a linebacker. Bam. It looked like it was intended for Malachi Mackin. And Lane Spurlock. He got it.
So now Bragg and company has a chance to pop another score into the end zone before the end of first half. As Bragg cuts it across, stays on his feet inside the 30.
That young man might have only picked up 4 or 5 yards on that play, but that was one of the better runs I've seen this year. Just he didn't quit. The execution was perfect. The fake pitch was great. That was a solid play right there.
It's the kind of thing you're going to see all year long from Lancaster Christian. And in the playoffs, be interesting to see how Bragg acts. As he tosses it to the right side deep and catches it. Incomplete.
Yep, they're going to say the ball came out.
Looked like it came out from the corner there, but we'll see what the camera angles tell us.
Let's see if we can tell if he kept control of it. No, looks like it dribbled down a little bit. That's where having a field camera, a guy on the camera of the field, and getting that close-up shot would be absolutely great. Maybe a little pylon cam. Pylon cam would have really done the trick there.
Well, it would have done a trick for a little bit, but then once it gets knocked over, it's useless.
Hashtag low budgets.
Holding on the defense.
And it's actually a penalty for Providence, so move it. An automatic 1st and 10. Didn't catch that it was a penalty there.
Called a holding on them.
Now 1st and 10 inside the red zone for this Lancaster offense.
This is one of the most OCD-pleasing formations you can see.
Hand off to Horde. Slips, Turf Monster got him. Tripped up.
That Turf Monster hopped on a Greyhound bus, took the trip from White House to Smyrna, and he's here.
At least it's here and not out in Tuscaloosa.
No, we wanted him in Tuscaloosa, Spencer.
You said
we wanted him in Tuscaloosa. As long as he goes ahead and heads to the next state, stay out of Nashville before tomorrow.
Bragg, catch is made across the middle. Tackled down by Mackin. And reception there for Leverett. Leverett with the reception. Now a 1st and 10 on the 7-yard line. And I'm going to call a timeout here. 31 seconds left to go in the half, and Bragg and company is going to think it over.
Great games last night, for the most part, all in all. A couple blowouts. Some football today, and you know where you can get it all recapped at. And you can hear about next week's action. That'd be on Extreme Radio tomorrow, 4 p.m., right here on our YouTube channel, presented by Grace Point Healthcare. And we'll go live and we'll recap all the games from this last weekend. We'll preview upcoming next weekend. I believe we're bringing on special guest game predictor when we go to make our predictions. We'll have a little fun with it, and we'll also reveal where we'll be next week. We have a doubleheader next week. I believe we do.
We already mentioned it last night. The only game occurring on Halloween is at noon in Bowling Green. We'll be there for that one, but Friday's game, we'll reveal that tomorrow on Extreme Radio as Horde receives it in the backfield, trying to push through. Gain of about 4 yards. And about 20 seconds left as a timeout is called.
Timeout. Lancaster. The last charge tournament. Yeah.
Lancaster used their final timeout, so now about 21 seconds left, so they're going to rethink it over again. So.
Well, and they weren't really going to have the time to get up there and spike it. They don't want to burn that clock time. They probably would have wasted about 6 seconds, I think, trying to get up there and make it happen. So just call the timeout here, take a deep breath.
Lancaster Christian trying to get things going here and figure out what they're going to go with.
Providence was going to make a stop. This is where we make a stop right here. You can do it too. You make it happen.
Second and goal for the Knights.
Second and goal. See if this Providence defense can make a stand here. Bragg has got time. Right side, touchdown.
Right inside the pylon. Let's see who got it.
Looks like it was Hargrove.
Yep, it was. That's his third touchdown catch of the night.
Make that now a 32-0 game, and imagine if they had made the extra points earlier, it'd be potentially be 35-0 here.
Yep, you'd be in a situation for running clock.
As the kick is up, and this time it's good.
It's good.
2 points
I actually
short.
looked at the field this time.
2 points short of a running clock situation, but Providence Christian will keep fighting back as Ferguson and company tries to get their first score of the night. But only about 14 seconds left to go in the first half.
Spence, how about the upset last night in Alabama? Of course, you know, we expanded a little bit, and we talk about it, and we like to give some love to the folks down there. Big upset last night in Alabama. I think we talked about it on the broadcast.
We'll
Lighthouse
Homeschool.
Upsetting Ezekiel Academy 27-26. And now the situation, it's a triangle, and they use a point differential tiebreaker. So for the first time, and I would have to look, but it'd probably be close to 5, 6, 7 years, Evangel Christian School Lightning will not be in the championship of that conference.
It's been a
It's
long
a
time.
crazy situation.
It's been a long time since that's happened. And put it deep again as it's bobbled there by Namath, but picks it back up, and he's brought down after spinning out a few tackles, brought down at the 20-yard line. So just 5 seconds left for Providence Christian to work with. May knee it down here, or they could try to take a deep shot.
I'm trying to read the personnel they're bringing on to see maybe what they might do. I think they take a shot. Yeah, I think if they were going to knee it, they would have just maybe left pretty much who's on the field and just clock it and go to halftime. But I think they're taking a shot here. I don't recognize this song.
This is.
Oh, I do recognize this song.
Let's Groove, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, no, I was going to say copyright claim.
Yeah.
I don't listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire or whatever that's called. I knew you were into Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked as laundry flies.
What?
Dead ball, false start, for offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Gotta love when our lapel module decides to work. It's good stuff. Got some good mojo.
First and 15 for Providence Christian. Like to take a deep shot here.
I look based on that last play and the way it started, I would say they are. Surprised Lancaster's not playing a little bit deeper.
Final 5 seconds of the first half. Some sort of shot incomplete, and that's going to wind down the clock. Well, Providence Christian tried to get a strong start, but Lancaster Christian just incredible. 33-0. We'll be back in a few moments with the Kentucky Kingdom and Hurricane May halftime report. TheKingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. Welcome, everybody, to the Kentucky Kingdom and Hurricane May halftime report. I'm Spencer Thompson alongside James Shannon, and 33-0 the score right now at halftime. And it's tough if you're Providence Christian facing a good team like Lancaster and you're down this much of the half. But knowing Coach Ferguson, he's going to try to get his guys fired up in the locker room, and he's going to try to get that halftime speech that they need to get back in this game.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen crazier comebacks, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. It probably won't, but you never know. And, even if there's not a winning comeback, you still have to, you got to do something. You got to show some fight. They've had a couple moments here or there that they showed what they were capable of doing, but they have not been playing to their potential tonight, in my opinion. You look at how close Franklin Classical played Lancaster, and then, the fact that Providence played Classical pretty close. This is not that performance that matches up with those results.
And for Lancaster Christian, they're just, what else can be said about them? They just keep firing at all cylinders. It's just a matter of getting another touchdown, starting to get the running clock, and then looking ahead to next week against Ezel Harding.
Yeah. I mean, this is like you said, this is the game they needed to have before next week. They did not need to have the game that they played against Franklin Christian. This is the one they needed to build that confidence going into next week so that they can come back and host Lighthouse.
And assuming that happens, if it plays out to the way they want to, Lighthouse Christian School will be traveling here for the playoff. So it's senior night, about 19 minutes left on the game clock until 19 minutes until they start back, so we'll get the game clock on the screen, and we will be back for the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week second half. Start of the third quarter for tonight's contest between Providence Christian and Lancaster Christian. 33-0, the Knights lead in tonight's contest. Spencer Thompson and James Shannon bringing you the action here from Smyrna Middle in Smyrna, Tennessee. And a slight return here to the left side as Lancaster's return team gets across midfield. Looked like a return from Reese Chloe's maybe, or Hebden.
And they've the first time they've kicked off tonight for Providence. Something we noticed here after halftime, they actually have Noah Arrington and Devin Hargrove here on the sidelines. They have undressed them.
Yep.
Or not, okay, not undressed them. They're out of their pads. Possibly resting them.
As Horde carries the ball to the left side, wide open space, and Horde to the end zone, touchdown.
Ooh, wait a minute,
As the
Spence.
ball comes out, though, they rule it a touchback.
Wow.
And this would be...
That Providence crowd came to life on that one, Spence.
Yeah, you talk about a case where instant replay might be useful. This is one here. Question is, does he get past the goal line?
No.
Nope.
He was not past the goal line.
That
was a great call by the official. Hit that replay one more time.
Yeah, it popped out. That's why you always go the full distance and don't slow down towards the end, because stuff like that can happen.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty
right
clear.
Before the goal line, too.
Great call.
That's crazy. I haven't seen that in forever in terms of here in 8-man. That's a big game changer for Providence.
Yep.
They could have given away a 50-yard touchdown there. Instead, they turned it into an offensive drive.
Instead of a running clock of the mercy rule, Providence Christian has a new set of downs as Posh goes to the outside. Carson Posh to the 35-yard line.
First down run, 20 yards.
A little life out of the Lions here coming out of halftime. Of course, they about to give up a touchdown, but great job. Hit that replay one more time, Spence. I want to see who punched that ball out.
For a 15-yard run.
I was so focused on the play itself.
May have been Posh, actually.
It may have been.
You see him running
There's
here.
20. Oh, look at that closing speed.
Posh.
Look at that closing speed by the young man.
Posh forcing a touchback.
Going Lightning McQueen on him. Listen, I have a 4- and a 5-year-old, all right? I'm very versed in cars and The Incredibles.
Rusties. First and 10 on the 35-yard line. New set of downs for this Lions offense as it's a keep by Posh to about the 39-yard line for a gain of 4 yards. Providence Christian, of course, they might reschedule their game against Sacred Heart in 2 weeks' time, but for the time being, next week, the Providence Christian Academy Lions finish out their season on the road against the Riverside Christian Academy Knights. So
that might be something we have to ask about if there's any update on that.
They play Knights teams back to back as well.
Could be 3. Could be 3 weeks in a row. And actually, their last game was against Classical. So 4. They'll play all the Knights teams. Just get it out of the way.
4 weeks in a row. 2nd and 6. Toss left side incomplete. Looks like the pass was intended in the area of Sheets. And
oh, they got a Sheets as well. I wonder if there's any relation to the Sheets from FCA.
maybe.
That'd be interesting. How about that?
Lancaster Christian, of course, we talked about it and built it up. The final game of the regular season for Lancaster is tonight, and then they travel next week to collide with Ezel Harding in the last week of the regular season.
I was about to say last home game of the regular season, and then they could host.
They could host a home playoff game, and that would be their last home game for 2020. So this might be their last home game of 2020, depending on how next week results, as Jonah Wilson stays on his feet for a few extra yards to make it a 4th and 4.
Spence, they've been successful in home playoff games. Of course, handling Bowling Green Christian last year. Now the Bowling Green Warriors, but in terms of on the road, it has not been kind to them.
All the times that they have been on the road, it's been against the Christian Community Colts. They faced them last year, and in 2018 on the road in the playoffs. So
Yes, sir.
if they were to go on the road, it would be at South Haven. So it's now a 4th down and 4. As the punt is blocked, it's picked up by, and it's still loose. Lancaster finally gets to it, and that's Hargrove getting to the ball.
Providence just about got their own blocked punt. So all that momentum for Providence, and then you get a blocked punt, which it's kind of been building all night. They've been getting closer and closer, and they finally cracked the code and able to get it. And it wasn't a great snap either. They've given their punter about 15 yards distance, and that's a tough snap. But able to make it happen for Lancaster.
So a new set of downs for the Knights offense, trying to capitalize and get an actual score, unlike what happened on their last drive. And the catch is made. It's Andrew Leverett to the left side is staying on his feet to avoid the tackle there. And Leverett gets a gain of 7 yards.
I don't know if it's the cold or what, but both teams at times struggling to make the tackle.
And now a 2nd and 4. As Bragg, toss, catch, Hargrove. Correction, that's actually a touchdown for Lancaster Christian. Was that Hargrove?
No, Hargrove's
it was
on the
Horde.
sidelines.
It was Horde.
Catch there. Jordan Hoare.
Jordan Horde with the touchdown.
Horde was sure to make sure he got in the end zone. He was gonna make for certain on this one.
Didn't slow down until he got there. So now it is a 39-0 score. And
I may go for 2 here, Spence.
yeah, looks like they're gonna go for 2 points, and we'll explain why they're going for 2.
Why
in a
we
second.
think they may.
As a direct snap and trying to push through the goal line. Can he get through? Stretching out. The ball is loose, and it's ruled no good. So 39-0, and at least from our perspective, likely the reason they're going for it here in this scenario, as almost had a wide shot there, but one of the reasons we think that they're going for two on this play is because in the first round at the very least, they're facing off against teams who do not have kickers.
And next week as well against East L Harding.
Trying to perfect their 2-point game because their extra point kicking is solid.
Oh,
It's been a few misses here and there by Arrington. He hasn't had a 100% night in terms of PATs, but they're trying to make sure for their game against East L Harding next week and for whoever they face in the first round, because Christian Community does not have an extra point kicker. Neither does Lighthouse Christian. So whichever one of those teams they face in the first round, they're going to have to make sure they're good on 2-point conversions.
yeah, absolutely.
So make that now 39-0.
And we should get a running clock after this kickoff. Actually, right now it technically should be running.
Probably get it after the kickoff if the coaches agree to it. And it's return here from the 15-yard line as it's a return there by Namath, and the clock now begins to run. And see if this Providence offense could stop the mercy rule from going by. They just need 4 points.
Clock is running at the time, so it started after the kickoff.
PCA takes over the 34-yard line.
And now it's Providence offense trying to get their first score of the game here.
Providence has not been shut out on the season.
Not to this point, as nice first down and carry by Posh. Gain of about 13 yards.
Good job. Good camera work there, James. Solid camera work.
First and 10 on the 47-yard line. Providence Christian takes about 45 seconds off of the game clock. Here's Wilson going through the middle, finally wrapped up at the leg with a gain of 8 yards for now a 2nd and 2.
And if you're Providence, right now you not only want practice getting those Lancaster. If you're Lancaster, you not only want practice getting those 2-point conversions, you want to get your twos in there. Give your backup guys some playing time.
Lancaster, first charge time over the high.
So 1 timeout called by Lancaster Christian. Perfect time to remind you the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. Grow, Live, Give, helping you fit all of the pieces together in your financial puzzle. Tennessee Heat Athletics. Visit TennesseeHeatSports.com. And by Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, Clarksville, and Goodlettsville. Let's get Jets.
It's a good night for a nice, warm Jets pizza. Get you an 8-corner pizza. Do it.
And Grow, Live, Give does a lot of different financial stuff. Tax season is coming up. Talk to our buddy Jim Davis and see how he can help you. 6:37 left to go. And winding down with the clock starting as Eli Wilson gets the first down on the 35.
Great job getting to the ball. If you're Lancaster, you did give up a run there. Providence able to move the chains, but if you're Lancaster, you want to get in there and you want to, again, you want to get those twos, those reps. Let them get in there and, bang some hats against players that aren't your own starters or aren't themselves.
Providence Christian likely getting some reps to their guys as well with this game, unfortunately being out of reach, especially with the running clock. And it's one of these situations for Coach Bragg and company. They've been in it before as Posh goes up the middle for a gain of about 3 yards. And going off of the extensive interview I had with Coach Ferguson earlier in the year, it's one of those situations where anytime you talk to Ferguson, even with, these guys not winning a game yet and still being in close situations and everything, when you talk to Ferguson, he loves talking about his players. And we noticed it pregame as well. Made it a point to handshake and hug all of his players and all of his assistant coaches.
He's a player's coach, man. You got to love it.
Even how serious he is on the sideline it's a rush by Jonah Wilson. Gets to about the first down marker. They rule it a 3rd down, so 3rd and inches.
About to say, looked like he got just a hair short. You can easily punch it in right here. Get that first down.
And it's the same thing with Coach Bragg, too. He talks all of his guys, and, with his son being the starting quarterback and everything, as Wilson goes up the middle and that defensive line stuffs him. Back to the line of scrimmage for a 4th down, but that's one of the things you see more intimately at the high school level especially, and more importantly at this level with eight-man football is coaches care 100% about their players, and they are submerged in their environments because majority of the coaches that we work with are actual teachers at the school. They're on a day-to-day basis seeing them in the hallways. So for Bragg and Ferguson, they both are submerged, not just on the football field with these guys, but in the classroom.
Smart move by Coach Ferguson here, trying to get Lancaster jump off sides. Good discipline for the Knights.
Facing a 4th and inches, trying to get him to jump off, and not doing there as it's lost in the backfield, and a turnover on downs here for Lancaster Christian. They'll get the ball.
That's a turnover on down.
That's a tough break. That's a tough break. You're looking at 4th and inches. Try to get the defense to jump. Can't make it happen.
Knights take over at the 33-yard line.
And then you end up having a bad snap, which we saw a lot of last night. But have a bad snap and just back. Sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Here's my shout out to Anchorman. Is that Anchorman?
Might be.
And that's how the cookie crumbles. Somebody says it. I don't know.
Now 1st and 10 for Lancaster as they've benched the majority of their starters. Catch is made by Arrington, incomplete on there. Almost had the catch, and the kicker trying to get some reps in as a wide receiver.
Oh, boy. Pat McAfee would not be happy about that one.
Spencer Thompson and James Shannon bringing you tonight's contest from Smyrna, Tennessee. The Lancaster Knights and Providence Lions colliding here at Smyrna Middle School. And although it's a 39-0 game, we see some good plays. We're seeing right here with Jordan Hort. Weaves through. He's going to keep the Jets on, and he is not he looks behind him to make sure, and he's not going to let up a touchdown for Lancaster Christian.
That's one of those situations. If there was a big jumbotron, he'd been looking up, making sure, checking the distance of the guy behind him. But Posh nowhere around to close the distance. And great effort by Lucas Nemeth to try to make that tackle.
And they'll attempt an extra point here, and I'll let my great friend James Shannon call this one.
Snap, set, kick, blocked. They won't let him return it.
Not yet.
Gotta let him return it.
I wonder if the National Federation of High School Sports is going to actually look at that and see about adding that to the high school level. I don't think.
You gotta do it, man.
I don't think that it's even at the collegiate level yet. So it has to trickle down from the NFL to collegiate, realistically, for that to happen. However, we'll have to see how it goes.
The only thing this game is missing is a nice long field goal attempt. Just punch it in from 30 yards. Maybe we'll get that. Who knows?
We might see it. Because that would be another good situation of practice for Lancaster to have, is in a game-time situation trying a long field goal, because in the playoffs, against the teams they're going against, you might need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Might come down to that.
And clock begins to do running down here. They stopped it for the touchdown and resumed it with the setting of the ball. And I believe it's still Arrington in at kicker. And Providence is going to try to return it here. Here goes Mackin. Mackin staying on his feet to the 43-yard line. A good return by the freshman.
There's the key there, Spence. Freshman. They've got a lot to build on. If you're talking to Coach Ferguson before the game, you take your lumps this year. You get those guys the live, contact football reps. Come back next year. I realize they have 4 seniors on the team. Everyone else is coming back, and that's not counting all their middle school JV players that are coming up and becoming freshmen.
Youth has been the story of the TSIAA this season, as a lot of teams, including Christian Community, that's been a dynasty for so long, is youthful. Lancaster Christian, in some regards, they're youthful, as deep toss right side, incomplete. Pass intended for Namath, but youth has just been the story of of 8-man football, especially teams like Evangel. They lost a lot of seniors, but it's not necessarily lopsided in this season, but there are teams that didn't graduate a lot of seniors, and there are teams that have. So now about 15 seconds left to go in the third, as it's now a 2nd down and 10 situation. Will Providence get the snap off before the end of the third quarter? And they will. As it expires, Posh is going to run it up the middle and collides there with Spurlock at the 50. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. 45-0. Lancaster just trying to wrap things up here at home. 12 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Spencer Thompson, James Shannon bringing you the action here from Smyrna as Lancaster Christian in their senior night and final home game of the regular season. As Posh gets to the outside, he's being chased down by Horde. Posh inside the 10.
I was inside. It might even be inside the 5 there, Spence. Posh showing off that speed that he used to catch up Horde. Horde returning the favor. Although he didn't cause a touchback, he still said, nah, you ain't going to let me score a touchdown. You ain't scoring a touchdown, homeboy.
But now they're inside the goal line, chance for them to get their first score of the game. 6 points here would not stop the mercy rule, however, can get their first score of the night.
Keep from getting shut out in their inaugural season.
Yep. Spot him on the 10-yard line as trying to push back to the line of scrimmage and called for forward progress with a gain of about 2 yards for second and goal.
It's a gain of 2. It'll be second down and goal. From the 8.
Now a second and goal situation for Providence as the Lions looking to get their first score of the game. Second down and 9 as Posh carries the ball, trying to push through down to about the 3-yard line, third and goal. Get you a good shot here of the field. Just a good option here as we show you. Coach LeBron Ferguson is right now 0-4 on the year. Looking to go fortunately looks like he's going to go 0-5 tonight as get you back to the action. Third and goal. Handoff up the middle and stopped short. Jonah Wilson denied the touchdown.
A little bit of a goal line stand there for Lancaster Christian. Trying to pitch a shutout. I don't believe they've had a shutout this season. They haven't.
So actually, correction on that, 0-3 is Ferguson's record coming into today is likely going to go 0-4 after tonight's contest. They have a.
I was about to say, I believe they've played. They played Franklin Christian, Franklin Classical, and Ezel Harding.
And timeout called here by
Providence. First charge.
Timeout called by Providence with 9:22 left to go in the fourth. As we remind you, the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider, Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. Grow, Live, Give, helping you fit all of the pieces together in your financial puzzle. Tennessee Heat Athletics, visit TennesseeHeatSports.com, and by Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, Clarksville, and Goodlettsville. Let's get Jets. That's Coach Jason Bragg, and you can see on the side of his headset HC, and he's been incredible for Providence. He's in his third season, 17-4 overall coming into this season, and now, let's count it, 18, 19, counted on his record here, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21-5 coming into tonight. Incredible record to have in your first 3 starting seasons. As through the middle, touchdown. Providence scores their first touchdown of the game.
And the senior Posh punches it in. He was not going to be denied on that one.
And the clock's still running, of course, but Posh gets it in. They do stop it for touchdown scoring play, and 2-point conversion attempt coming up here for Providence Christian. Two-point conversion attempt to make it a 45-8 game. Bosch trying to go up the middle. He'll be stopped by that Lancaster defense. So 45-6 as we get you a shot of the field. Don't forget Extreme Radios tomorrow at 4 p.m. We'll get you recap all the games that happened in 8-man football this weekend, including the 2 games we were at. And we'll get you set for Week 11, the final week of the regular season. As Week 11, as per our helmet schedule, Week 11 of the 8-man football action and the conclusion to the teams we cover on the regular year before we get into the postseason in November.
Every team active next week. Christian Community at FCA, Lighthouse at Bowling Green next Saturday, South Haven hosting Franklin Classical, Sacred Heart hosting Freedom, Ezel Harding hosting Lancaster Christian, and then, of course, Providence Christian at Riverside Christian. Tennessee Heat taking on the Memphis Nighthawks.
11-man
in an
game.
11-man game, yeah.
Then there's that Lighthouse Bowling Green game, which is on Saturday at noon, a Halloween game. Don't get those very often because of Halloween falling on either earlier in the week.
Halloween's not that special of a day, Spence.
To some people it is.
Nah, I think that's special of a day. Only the second kickoff for Providence here.
And stopped immediately at the 42-yard line.
They just about didn't recover that.
As
They got pretty close.
Here. Everything winding down here in Smyrna. And for Lancaster Christian, this is a team that looks dangerous going into the postseason, regardless of if they are on the road or as a home playoff team. And
well, they look dangerous tonight. They didn't look dangerous after that FCA game, but they have definitely proven some people wrong tonight.
I tell you, it's going to be interesting to see what Lancaster can do, whether they're on the road to the championship or at home. As carry here by Micah Harbor. First down across the 45-yard line to the 44, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
Yep, forward progress.
Micah Harbor, the sophomore, getting the carry.
Getting those back up some reps. It's very crucial to get that done, especially coming into the playoffs. You got to do that because guys go down, and then you have extreme inexperience. I didn't mean it like that, Spence. Come on.
I was waiting for you to say no pun intended and failed to follow it up.
There was no pun intended.
There you go. And another carry by Micah Harbor. Gets another first down just outside the 25-yard line.
Harbor again with the gun. Pick up a 17
So about 17 yards. Winds down to about 7 minutes left in the game.
Of course, they can't. They want to try to get that Providence touchdown back. Put those 6 points back up on the board, get up over the 50-point mark.
Lancaster, one of the highest scoring offenses around the teams we cover. As face a first and 10 here. Another carry by Harbor. 5-yard gain. Don't forget to stick around for the post-game show. We'll get an interview with the victorious coach, Jason Bragg, for tonight's win. Not quite his 50th overall win as a head coach, but getting close to that number. Getting close to his 25th win. An incomplete pass intended for Noah Arrington.
All right, go on, keep throwing the ball to the kicker.
21-6. Forgot that Christian Community 18-12 in Lancaster. So 20-6 is the record going into tonight for Coach Bragg as Harbor gets across it inside the red zone for a first down, and still at 20-6. Now going to be 21-6 overall. In the first 2 seasons, that's almost looking like Coach Flanders' number of wins and losses.
Yeah, it's pretty daggone close. Pretty daggone. I'll tell you what too. Coach Dustin McGee, he keeps going like he is. He's going to have those same type of numbers. as well as Coach Sawyer's, as well as FCA.
They just got to keep the momentum going is a big thing. As another carry by Harbor. 7-yard gain.
Harbor up the middle.
Couple Merry Christmases happening on the far side of the field. Ho, ho, ho.
It'll be 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 with a 5-yard gain there is giving it again to Harbor. The sophomore trying to get some carries and more reps there. He's going to take it again as Harbor weaves through, gets through some people and brought down by Namath.
Trying to develop Harper.
You could hear the fans excited about it.
They love it. They love it, man. They're trying to get Arbor, a few more carries and, establish him maybe as the number 2 running back there behind Horde if something happened to Horde in the postseason or even next week against Ezel Harding.
3rd and 1. And off again as Harbor trying to get through. It'll be a 1st and goal on the 7-yard line. About 3:45 left to go in the game, as you could tell that that's the only play they're going for is trying to get Harbor his first touchdown.
They want to get Harbor a touchdown. They want to run this clock out, and it just makes sense to run the ball with him. Unless they decide to have Bragg sticking in his gut and pull it back out and go for it himself, but you never know.
Now if they're going to give it to Harbor again. It's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. How about the big boy Walker Boyd making the tackle?
Love it. The freshman getting in there.
Yeah, go bubble. Hey, go bubble to him. That'd be good. They're looking for the run anyway.
I don't mimic calls. Sorry, you don't like it.
Second and goal on the 9-yard line. Deuce Bragg toss across the left side, incomplete. Pass intended for Kaczynski, the freshman.
Shout out to the light pole on the post there. Boy, Bragg put a little extra juice on that pass, showing that he can zip the ball in there. He can get it in there. He's proven it the last 2 years, and this year's no exception.
And trying to push through that Providence defensive line, but nothing doing, as they're still trying to get Harbor a touchdown.
Hey, they still got just over 2 minutes to do it. Well, no, it is 4th and goal. Let's see where they spot it. From the 6. Let's see if they can punch it in here, Spence, or if Providence has got a goal line stand in them.
Fourth and goal. It's a high snap and falling on back at about the 18-yard line. And with 1:30, it'll be the final seconds winding down.
I wonder if there's something about that spot on the field, Spence, because that's the exact spot that had happened to Providence on one of the earlier drives. They had the same exact snap situation happen on a 4th down. You gotta wonder. All right, Providence here. You take a couple shots. Maybe get two plays in.
See if they can get back to the line of scrimmage in time. Final 50 seconds winding down here. And again, stay tuned for the postgame. We'll get an interview with Coach Jason Bragg. Toss across the middle, slung and tipped last second by Spurlock. Tried to get an interception there, and
that should do it.
It's likely that'll do it unless Providence wants to get another snap in.
That's broken up by Lane Spurlock.
They'll get one more in.
Yep.
They'll get one more play in if they hurry. I'll burn a timeout.
Yep. Timeout by Coach Ferguson, trying to leave their last time out of the half and just trying to wind it down here in Smyrna.
You'll actually get to hear producer Jack tomorrow. He'll be back. Had some things he had to handle this weekend.
Every one of us gets a week off.
Hence why you have to hear my voice tonight and last night.
Everyone gets a week off. Of course, Zachary hopefully should be back for the postseason. And
give him one more week off, just kind of make sure everything's copacetic as far as we're aware. So would love to get him back. Would love to get him back.
And 12 seconds left. This will be likely the final play of the game. See if Providence can get it going here, but final 12 seconds of the game. Wind down. Burke looking for the pass across the middle, and it's almost intercepted by Horde. Couldn't get the pick. He would have been gone if he had gotten that interception.
That'll do it.
45-6, Lancaster gets it done for their final home game of the regular season. And we're headed down to the field for the post-game interview. Stay tuned, but thank you for listening to the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. Welcome everybody to the post-game show. 45-6, the final score tonight, and Coach Jason Bragg victorious again for your 21st overall win as a head coach in 8-man football. When you guys took the tough loss last week to Franklin Christian, obviously you knew you wouldn't be able to get number 1 seed in the South, but you knew you needed motivation going against Ezel Harding next week. What did you tell your guys to bounce back and show up tonight against Providence?
I think for us it's just going back to work and not trying to do more than you're supposed to do. Do your job. I don't think we've played a complete 4-quarter game yet. I feel like we probably did tonight, but it's just go back to work, and you've got to take it 1 week at a time and not look too far ahead.
Yeah, and of course it was amazing to see both sides of the ball. I saw you guys got your sophomore 27 being able to get some snaps there. Almost got him the touchdown there, but Providence stood up. Talk about that and how
27 is Michael Harbour. He's a hard-working kid. He's if I had a practice hero, I could give it to him every week just because of the looks he gives our defense. And we wanted to give him touches. I was hoping to get him in, but he got a long drive for us, so he did well.
And next week, everyone knows the storyline behind that. You guys are going up to Antioch to collide with the Ezel Harding Eagles, and a tough team that got into the postseason after getting victorious after Riverside in Fayetteville. So celebrate tonight, but what's the message you're giving to your guys going up to the Big House?
The message is, this one's over. Now we got to go 1-0 the next week. That's a great ball club. That's a great coaching staff. Coach McGee does a great job, and should be a good ball game. And we're looking forward to it. So we just got to play a game.
We're excited to see how it plays out. Congratulations on your 21st win, Coach. Looking forward to see you in the future. All right, James. Well, James has told me to wrap it up here on the field, so it's going to wrap it up here from Smyrna, Tennessee. 45-7, the final score. Be sure to tune in to Extreme Radio tomorrow, presented by Grace Point Healthcare. We'll recap this game, recap the 40-0 win for Franklin Christian in the Battle of Franklin, and we'll get you set up for the final week of the regular season, the teams we cover. On behalf of James Shannon and Jack Hellwig and Zachary Lombach, and all the hardworking men and women that made Game and Extreme so successful, I'm Spencer Thompson saying so long for now. We'll see you tomorrow for Extreme Radio. All right, James, I'm gonna see if I can